Welcome back, netizens. Today I'm going to discuss about a new topic which is related to secure software development. This episode will show you how to access Google APIs using Open Authorization 2.0. I'll be implementing a client web interface which will allow the user to upload files into the Google Drive using Google OAuth 2.0. If you found this channel helpful, hit the bell icon and do subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends. Alright, I have created a test application for the demo. Now I will show you the main flow of this application. If you click the sign into Google Drive to upload files button here, it will direct you to the Google sign up interface. So you have to click the Gmail account that you want to upload the image. Since the test application is implemented with HTTP protocol, we have to give the permission to run it. So you have to click Advanced and go to SST OAuth login application. Then you have to click the Allow button. It will take some time to give the permission. Okay, now you are in the main view. This is the area that you have to choose the file to be uploaded in the Google Drive. So if you click the choose file, you can upload the image. So that will show the image name here. Then you have to click upload. The progress bar is completed now 100%. Now you can check your Google Drive. Let me check my Google Drive for the image. So if I refresh my Google Drive, you can see that image is uploaded. Okay, now you are set with the demo application. So to follow this application implementation, we have to follow 4 main steps. The first one is obtain OAuth 2.0 credentials from the Google API console, and the second one is obtain an access token from the Google Authorization server. And third one, examine scopes of access granted by the user, and you have to send the access token to an API. That is the 4 main steps you have to follow to create this OAuth application. To do that, first you have to register your app in the Google Developer Console. I will add all the necessary links in the description box. Now go to Google search and type Google Developer Console. It will open up the Google Developer Console related to your Gmail account. Okay, now you are in the dashboard view of the Google Developer account. First you have to create a new application to register your client web application. So select a project from this one. So you have to click new project. Then it will open up a new form for you. So you have to give a specific name as your preference, like Google OAuth application, and click create. So this is the newly created application. So you have to click this application and click the sidebar icon. Go to the dashboard. Before doing that, you have to click your project name from this drop down. This is the newly created application, Google OAuth application. Then it will open up the dashboard related to that application. Okay, To go forward with our process, we have to generate a client ID. So we have to click the credentials tab from this sidebar. So they are showing some warning. Remember to configure the OAuth consent screen with information about your application. So before generating the credentials, you have to go to the OAuth consent screen and make ready your application. If you click the create credential button here, then you can select the OAuth client ID from the drop down. Then it will again show that warning. We have to first configure our consent screen. So you have to click the button here, configure consent screen. OAuth consent screen. So you have to click your application as an external application. Your client application should be an external one. Then click create. This is the form area which is related to your application. So you have to give an application name for your client application. Just give like auth project. If you want to upload a logo image for your application, you can click browse and add the image for your application. And other things you can keep it as it is, no need to do anything. Then click save. Then the consent screen is all set. Now you can go to again the credentials tab, then click the create credentials or client ID. Now the warning message is gone. So now you can click the application type for your application. Since we are going to implement a web application, so you have to click the web application, then give a web client name. Give the web application name as OAuth web app. Okay, then you have to add the URI here. URI should be your localhost address. You can put that one as localhost, and the redirect URI should be the name of your implementing application path. Like this, I'm expecting to create an application name OAuth project that should be placed under the localhost folder. Okay, then the redirect URL should be upload.html. Then click create. Project will be created successfully. Okay, you have to copy this client ID and the client secret for the further usage. Okay, then you have to copy these things and paste somewhere else you can use further. Now all okay. Now the registering the application in the Google Developer Console is done. Now you have to install the Vam Server so that you can run your localhost application in the Vam Server. Just go to Google search and search for Vam Server download. Then you have to click the SourceForge.net link, then click download. Okay, I have already downloaded and set up the Vam server. So now I'll stop the process from here. Vam server installation process is very easy one. Just you have to double click the installation setup file, then just give yes for the rest of the process. Then you can place the www folder under the C drive. Go to your this PC and go to C, then look for Vam. You can see there's a folder called www. you have to paste all your folder files inside this folder. I have already created a project name OAuth project. You can remember that I have created a URI in my Google console. Let I show you. This is the name OAuth project. Keep it in your mind. Then we'll see this one. If you click the credentials, you can see the redirect URI will be OAuth project /upload.html. I have to create this upload.html file within the OAuth project. Okay, now we will go back to the folder. Go inside the OAuth project and click the address bar, then type cmd and type you have to open the VS Code to implement the code. So you have to type code space dot, then it will open the VS Code for you. Then you can close the command view. Then go inside the VS Code and you have to create our index.html file first. Click this and type index.html. Another file you have to create main.js for the backend implementation, and another CSS file you have to create main.css. Okay, now you have to start coding with the index.html so that you can create the main interface. That as you can remember that sign into upload file into Google Drive, there was a button. No? That interface only we have to create here in this index.html. So you have to type a code like this and just close the HTML. After that, you have to close the header. Okay, now you can see there's a link called main.css. That is the external CSS file that we are going to implement our style sheets related to index.html. And these are the meta tags needed one. You have to include this in your file as well. The title or Google Drive file upload, and also you have to work with the Jquery, so you have to paste the Jquery link here. This is the Jquery link that you have to paste. Script tag. You can take this from the Jquery site. Just go to Google and just search for Jquery link. Then you can go to W3 School site and get the Jquery. This is the script tag that you have to include within the folder. Or otherwise you can directly call the Google CDN script. This one I am using, this one, Google API Jquery link. You can simply copy this one and paste within your folder. And the other one you have to use is that Bootstrap CSS files. So to do that, you have to go to the Bootstrap page and just look for CSS. Then just you have to type Bootstrap link, and the first link you have to select from the search results. Then Bootstrap, you have to go to under CSS, and this is the link. You have to just click copy, then it will be copied. Then go to your folder and paste it here. Okay, this is the Bootstrap link that I copied from the website. And the other script file is that main.js, the backend implementation, that is also external file. That so you have to create that script link also here to access that main.js inside our index.html file. So we have completed the head section. Okay, now open the body tag. Okay, now you have to implement the body. Okay, now just open a div tag. Wrapper class, then you have to open another div tag and inside that one put the class called container. After that put a simple head tag h1. Just type Google Auth. .0 application. And the login function. Okay, then create a button for the sign up process. Just type button and inside that type sign into Google to upload files. Put some styles as well here. So to do that, just implement a class called button primary. That will be okay, I guess. Then you can just add the image like that I have implemented in the demo application, that Google image. You can add that one also here. Just create an image tag, images say. Okay, with this width should be 30 and height should be 30. Then you have to include this google.jpg inside your folder. Wait, we have to select a Google image. I will be using this Google image for the application. I will include this inside the folder now. Inside my folder, inside OAuth project, simply copy and paste that image. You can download from the Google, any other Google or any other image you can use inside your project. Whatever you are using, you have to include that one inside your folder structure. Okay, the name is Google, that is a JPG file, so you have to give the name google.jpg here. I think now everything's fine with the body tag also. Simply add other two div tags so that we can make our application beautiful. In this div, you have to use a Bootstrap class called upload container. Another div for border container. You have to use class called border container. So that the container will be highlighted container area. Cut this and okay, this image should come within the button tag, inside the button, so you have to cut that one and put inside the button holder here. Okay, just format the code. I'm using prettier code formatter. Okay, now everything looks fine. And I'm using some other styles for the index HTML. I will add the necessary coding in my GitHub account, don't worry. Then go to the main.css, just add this code here. Okay, I will add this one in my GitHub account, you can use that one also. After that, go to the main.js file and create the backend implementation here. Okay, then start the implementation in main.js file. Type $document console the elements load into the environment. This function will be executed. .ready function just open a parenthesis and type the function with the semicolon and type the function here. You have to create a variable called client ID. You have to paste that client ID that you have mentioned in the Google Developer Console. That I already told you that to save the client ID and the secret in a separate file, you have to paste that one here. And the other variable you want is direct URL that you have mentioned as the direct URL in the Google Developer Console. That should come here. The other variable called scope, that is for the Google Drive API URL. That one should be pasted here. The next one you should use is URL. That should be an empty variable. Okay, now just go to the developer console and take the client ID here. Go to the dashboard. And click credentials. After that you can see that OAuth web app is there. You just need to click this one. Then you can see the right side, it will show the client ID here and the client secret here. Okay, then you just copy this one and paste here. Okay, that is done. Now the redirect URI. Okay, redirect URI should be this one. This one should be your redirect URI. Just copy that one. and paste it here. Okay, and the scope should be this one. You can take that one from my GitHub coding section, don't worry, I will add that one also. This should be empty. The other thing you have to do is that you have to enable the APIs in Google account. So to do that, you have to go to the developer console and just look for libraries and search for APIs for the Google Drive API. Okay, here if you search for the API, you have to click enable. Okay, then it will be enabled. Then only you can use the Google Drive API from an external client application. It will take some time. It's done. Then look for Google Plus API. That is also needed for this application. Then go to the dashboard library. You can search for Google Plus. Enable that one also. After enabling these APIs, you can see those in the dashboard view. You go to the dashboard, just go down and you can see that you have enabled the Google Drive API and Google Plus API for your application. Okay, now the setups related to that Google console is now all done. Just go to the application and you have to create another function to the button click event of the login button. Just go to the index.html and in the button you have to create an ID with the name login. Button ID should be login, so you can go here and again create function. Login. If you click on the login ID, then the function will be called. You have to pass 4 parameters within this login function. You can see that client ID, redirect URI, scope, and the URL will be passed here. You have to put this code inside the document ready function. Just cut this one and paste it here. Okay, the other function should be that sign in method, that is regarding the Gmail account. Function sign in. Then again you have to pass that 4 parameters here in this function and put the code here. This should be the long URL of the sign in process. Okay, accounts.google.com auth redirect URI. Redirect URI should be the this URI, and the client ID should be this one, the scope and the URL. Those will be passed once you click on the sign in button. Okay, now the index.html file is okay. Then again you have to click a file called upload.html for the upload function. Then you have to type a code like this. Okay, you can get from the GitHub account, or Google file upload, and the additional file, there's a JS file for the backend implementation, upload.js. I'm going to create that one next, and the upload CSS file that will hold the styles related to this upload.html. This is the progress bar section. You can see that progress bar is implemented here. Okay, then create the upload.js file and upload.css. You have to type a code like this. Okay, the first URL parameter, then they are passing a redirect URI like this, upload.html, the earlier one. After that, in this area that they are asking the client secret, you have to replace that one with your client secret. Okay, and the other one is client ID that you can take from the main.js. Here you can see that one, and copy this from here and go to the upload.js and paste it here. Okay, now we'll look for the client secret that is also in the Google developer console. You can find that one. Go to the credentials and go to the application that you have created now, OAuth web app. Copy the client secret from here, paste it here. Okay, this is the pasted secret. Okay, now all done. This is the API calling Ajax function for the OAuth. These are the validation that I have used to my upload function. You can take these all codes from my Google from my GitHub account. Once you click upload, you need to upload the button inside the Google Drive. Okay, for the upload CSS file, you can type a code like this. This is just simple CSS coding. You can take those. Now all set with the application. Just check the process of this application now. Okay, now we'll check the application. Go to the browser and go to localhost. Then search for your project, that is OAuth project. Click that one. This is the main interface. OAuth 2.0 application login. If you click this button, it will ask you to the login from your Google account. That is not opening the window. Let me check if there's any error. Go to and click on the sign in button, login function, and check this ID in the JavaScript. Login, if I click this one, should be executed this method, the sign in method. Okay, I have to include this code in this section. I forgot to add that code. You have to add that code, window opening code, window location URL, then only it will prompt up and will open the code for you. Then go and save the project, go back to the code and refresh the page. It's better that you can open the console view also with this application. In the right side, just click this button and inspect element and open. If there's any message or any warning or errors, it will show in the console view. Okay, then click sign into Google to upload files. Okay, it will ask you to log into the Gmail account. You can see this OAuth project. This is the project we have created in the Google Developer Console. Then click your email that you want to work with the Google Drive. Click the advanced and go to OAuth project. You can check the console, there's no error. It will ask you to give the permission edit, create and delete for your Google Drive. Then click allow. It will take some time to log into your drive. Just refresh the page again. Click allow. Okay, this is the upload file area. Then you have to select an image to be uploaded. Choose file. This time we will upload this one. Then open. Okay, and click upload. Okay, progress bar is completed. You can see in the console view that you are given a token. Okay, you can check that one here. This is the token that you are given from the Google API ID. You can check. Okay, now we'll check the drive. Okay, go back to a drive and check whether it's uploaded or not. You can see that image also uploaded. Okay, the process is done. It's uploaded. So today we work with the Google OAuth application, how to upload an image to your Google Drive from a client application with the support of OAuth 2.0. That's it for this today episode. If you found this channel helpful, hit the bell icon and do subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends. See you all in the next video. Good luck.